Come on in. I'm just gonna do it. We gotta talk a little bit. Let me make sure I cut my phone on Do Not Disturb. And so that we can address some stuff. Come on in. We got to talk. We got to address a few things, and I want to be very clear on what's happening. Yep, I do. I do. In fact, somebody hand me the remote. Oh, you see that? Give me that gray remote there. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Come on in. We're gonna get control. We're gonna get control. We're gonna get some control. We're gonna get some control. We're gonna get some control. And we're gonna get through this together. We're gonna talk about it. Come on in. Come on in. We gotta talk about it. Keisha, I do too. In fact, hey, can you lift that up and put it back down and press the, you know how to make the tea? I'm gonna make me some tea in a minute. I'm gonna make some tea. Come on in, let's talk. We're gonna be real, we're gonna be honest. We're gonna have some conversations. Yeah, I'm just kind of like in no fear. I'm in no fear. I keep doing that. We're gonna do it. So tonight's protest has concluded. Tonight's peaceful protest. Hold on. Tonight's peaceful protest has concluded. I made everyone go ahead and disperse peacefully, so that we could make sure that we maintain just a successful retort, being able to say that we have had peaceful protest, okay? There is a community of people who want peace in this city. There is a community of people who say, I know what black people are going through. I'm in pain. I am black, or I'm not black, but I sympathize with you. I can feel that pain. I can feel all of that. All of that. And so we're going to continue to aggregate and come together. Now, when situations and environments become... what's happening? I'm getting nervous. What's going on? All right. When situations and environments become tensions, it's time to go ahead and just disperse, okay? We don't want to continue to give platform to stupidity, you know? We don't want to continue to do that. But also, I don't want to leave those people behind who have concerns of whatever kind, all right? There are a community of people who ask very valuable questions, and I want to answer them. I don't feel like it's my job or my voice or my prerogative to act as if someone's concern is not important, all right? I don't want anybody to feel like that because we're all traumatized at this point. You know, America is traumatized at what we've seen in Minnesota. We're all feeling pain. Now, I'm sure that white people don't feel the pain just like black people do, but there are some white individuals who feel pain, who feel the pain that black people are going through. And they want to march alongside us, and they want to be right there with us. They want to be right alongside us. And so I don't think that it is proper, and I don't think that it is okay, and I don't think that it is cool for these particular individuals, while they have concerns or problems or whatever. I don't believe that it is productive to allow them to pervert the place where Dr. King was slain. I don't believe in that. I don't believe that we should do that. That is such a peaceful place. Every time I walk on the property, it's kind of like they just kind of, it's just, I can't even explain it. I can't explain it. I don't want to explain it. I don't want to give a platform to it. Here's the deal. We're going to be peaceful. We're going to do things the peaceful way. We're going to do things the peaceful way. And guess what? We're going to love each other. We're going to love each other. We're going to love each other. We're going to work together. There's too many businesses that are coming out of COVID-19. Too many businesses that are coming out of this pandemic, not being able to be open. Black businesses, white businesses, too many minority businesses are coming out of a pandemic, and they just cannot afford for their property, for their business to be destroyed. They just cannot afford it. There are so many workers, so many servers that I know downtown, so many restaurant owners. There are so many insurance companies that are African American and African American driven. There's so much of that in our community, and for us to go and tear the city up when Memphis is actually on the rise, when black people, of course, MPD has some areas of opportunity. Of course, MPD makes many mistakes. Of course, MPD continues to destroy our community. Of course, absolutely. Here is the problem. The problem is there are people with hidden agendas, okay? I have extended, here is some honesty. I have extended olive branches. I have extended myself. I have extended beyond capacity to the other activists. I have asked them, hey, you guys, let's come to the table. Let's talk about solutions. Some people want to be victims so bad that they'll do anything to become one. Some people are stuck in being a victim that they don't know how to come out of that. And so we cannot give platform to that community. We cannot give platform, but we have to hear their cries, okay? So it was said that I sold T-shirts and profited off the T-shirts. Here's the deal. No, I didn't. I didn't touch $1 of it. And guess what? The owner of the T-shirt company who has been making these shirts, she only made 50 of them. She's gonna contend. This is not division. We are just addressing it. We're just addressing it. This ain't division. We're all together. Everybody here. You guys just start typing, "We are Memphis." We are Memphis. Come on, say it. We are Memphis. We can do this together. 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 Here it is. Here it is. We've got to do this together. We got to do this. We have got to do this together. We have got to be able to sit down at the table and have hard conversations. Here's where we messed up in 2016. We had hard conversations, but we had them in a space where people were angry. We had them in a space where people were frustrated and nothing was done. Nothing was done. I'm okay. Here's this. My friend, people are calling me. I'm okay with people having negative things. I have no ambiguity. I have no ambiguity with people who have political agendas. Listen, I don't care what they say. The only thing that I am concerned about is this city coming together to impact reasonable change. That's my concern. I don't have any plans of running for a political office. I have no affiliation with any political figures here in the city. I have no desire to do any of that. I definitely don't need T-shirt money for sure. I don't know where that came from. But what I'm not going to do, as you guys are typing, "We are Memphis." Come on, let's get rid of the hecklers and the small number of counter protesters. They are so small in number. The small number of how do you counter protest peace? How do you protest against peace? Do you hear what I just said? I did. I blocked him. How do you protest peace? Yeah, I got to figure out. Yeah, we all are out here trying to figure out how we're paying our bills. Of course, churches aren't meeting. Of course, business isn't booming. But I'm not selling T-shirts to pay my bills. I have two great parents. I have a mother who's an RN who is fighting COVID up in New York. I'm blessed with two fathers. I have a father who's a very successful businessman. I also have another father who's another successful entrepreneur who's a barber as well. So I understand the value of protecting businesses. As y'all are typing, we are Memphis. I understand the value of protecting entrepreneurship. I understand the value of fighting for our people, as my mom does that in New York. I get that. And it's in my house. It's in my family. But if I've ever needed anything, I'm going to call my parents. Not sell T-shirts at a meeting. I'm not doing that. I think her name is, what's her name? Keisha? What's her name? The young lady who was selling shirts. Tiffany. Tiffany's her. I barely even knew her. I love her. She's a sweet lady, very sweet lady. And I wanted to make sure we were supporting local businesses, supporting black businesses. So, she threw me a T-shirt and I told her, yeah, if you want to sell them, they're going to buy them. Yeah, go for it. I don't understand. I don't understand. But I am no longer giving that a platform. Let's just start typing, we are Memphis. We are Memphis. We are Memphis. That's another heckler. We're going to continue to get rid of them every single time. We are Memphis. We are Memphis. I also reached out to organizations and said, hey, we want to participate in the bailout program or something to that nature. And that organization, for their reasons, declined to do that. I wanted everyone to know where they could donate. I wanted everyone to know where they can give. And that organization decided that they didn't want the donations. And so we just went, I told her, I didn't tell her to not sell the shirts. That was her business. If you want to keep selling, they're going to buy them. They're going to buy them. This is free property. This is open property. If they want to buy your shirts, absolutely. I want one. Give me a shirt. So I've been wearing the shirt of the business that we have been in support of, because black businesses should not be destroyed under the banter of a Black Lives Matter frustration. I don't believe in that. All right. But I'm so grateful. I'm so proud that you guys came out tonight. And listen, there's another ambiguity. I think they said the police knew everywhere we were going. That's not true. Those things are not true at all. I've been in no communication with anybody as it pertains to the direction of our protest or where we're going. And here's what MPD has done. MPD has adjusted to our directional plans. Did you hear what I just said? I have not once told MPD where we're going or what direction we were going in, or if we're going left, I've told absolutely no one what direction we were going in. And those protesters who are very diverse, I met them tonight. There's a doctor, there's a nurse, there's a former police officer, a veteran. They were down there tonight, and that's not going on right now.
Yeah, they
No, that's the old one. That's old footage.
But they own it right now.
Okay, like I said, we're going to get off and we're going to figure out what's going on, all right? Love you guys. Hey, Hope, you said why not talk to them face to face? I have invited Theron to the table to have conversations. I have also invited Tammy Sawyer to have conversations. These are Memphis activists who are feeling as if the movement can be monopolized. We all can contribute to this work. We all can contribute. I value the work that they are doing. I value the work and the fight that they are doing it. And I just feel like we all can contribute to it. Hold on. We loud. I feel like we all can contribute to it. I feel like we all can be a part of the solution. I feel like we all can work together. But here's the deal. There's a silent, dark, small whisper that's trying to emerge, and we are going to rise above it. Okay? We're going to rise above it. We're going to work together. And if my white brother who called me a terrorist the last time we marched because I was chanting Black Lives Matter. I keep blocking these. I keep blocking them. I'm gonna keep blocking them. I'm gonna act like they don't exist. But if my white brother who called me a terrorist for saying Black Lives Matter in 2016 is gonna come back in 2020 and say, I apologize for calling you a terrorist, and I want to let you know that Black Lives Matter, I gotta shut up. And at that point, I gotta be quiet and say, this human being in front of me is ready to hear what I got to say. If I've got an Asian brother, if I've got a Jewish brother who has come to our protest and say, guess what? What happened to George Floyd should have never happened. And if that is what black people are going through, Black Lives Matter. I'm not even addressing the hecklers anymore. I've moved on from that. I'm going to just start blocking them as we go. All right. So we're not going to keep giving platform to anti-protesters. There is a plan and a strategy in place. Where I messed up in 2016 is I allowed, Carlos, don't play with me. I will preach. I allowed in 2016 too many voices to come and pervert what it was that I was trying to do in the first place. I invited people to the table because if you know me personally, I'm a giving person. I want to hear everybody's voice. They use the phrase pop-up protester, baby. I've been doing this. We've been doing this. This is not my movement. This has nothing to do with Devante Hill, as you guys are typing, "We Are Memphis" and Black Lives Matter. We have got to learn to unite. We've got to learn to unite. We've got to speak louder than those voices, because guess what? Guess what? The black people who are keeping this movement from going forward are just as bad as the racist people who don't want it to go forward. They are distractions. No distraction, Memphis. That's why tonight I said we are going to disperse. I'm not sad. I'm not mad. I'm not hurt. I'm not disappointed. And whatever they do tonight is on them. I want to address last night, okay? Last night, after a peaceful protest, the protest was absolutely wonderful last night. It was peaceful. Y'all are typing "We Are Memphis." Y'all are typing "We Are Memphis" and Black Lives Matter. Y'all are typing that. Last night's protest was peaceful. It was wonderful. I applaud the thousands of you that showed up. And I'm so thankful, man, that y'all came to stand for us. I'm so grateful. And I don't want you to ever be intimidated by it. And I don't want you to ever be in fear of protesting. And I want to celebrate you, my white brother, my black brother, my LGBTQ brothers and sisters. I want to celebrate you guys for standing. Thank you. I want to tell you thank you, first and foremost. Secondly, we're not gonna do the violence. We have an opportunity to reshape history in the city of Memphis. Did y'all hear what I just said? We have an opportunity to reshape the history of the narrative of Memphis. Here's how we're going to do it, y'all. Here's how we're going to do it. They say Dr. King died right here in this city. Just because Dr. King died in the flesh in this city does not mean that he would have to die in spirit. We have an opportunity right now in Memphis. Hear me, I'm talking to y'all. No, nobody has. In fact, I probably got 15 random people in my house right now that were protesting with me. They can account for it, all right? We have an opportunity to pick up the torch that Dr. King would have dropped right there at the Lorraine Hotel. We have an opportunity to pick up that torch, black, white, police, etc., and walk. Some of us don't want to go forward. There are black people who don't want to go forward. There are white people who don't want to go forward. There are racists who don't want to go forward. We have an opportunity to do something different this time. We got to do it different this time. The bullhorn was taken and I gave it away. The bullhorn was taken and I'm not here to fight to be heard. No, I'm not doing that. I said, you can have it. If you got to take it out of my hand, if you got to go to all that extent to be heard and sing, please be heard. You can have the bullhorn. I don't need the bullhorn. I don't want the bullhorn. My life is continuously at risk every single day. I've gotten more hate mail than I can account for from black people and white people. And the black people that have done so are a part of that monogamy that don't want to move forward. But here's the deal. We're going to do this together. We're going to do this together. And now that we have black and white and brown and the entire community, we're going to talk about it. Listen, I have no problem with hearing these people. I have no problem with hearing counter protests and hearing what they have to say. The problem is they're not saying anything. They're not saying anything. I'm saying, well, what are you saying? Well, the t-shirt. Okay, well, that's debunked. All right, now what? They are not saying anything. What do you have to say? We kneeled. We stopped to hear them. We asked. What do you? We want to move together. We want to move together. Tell us what you want to hear. Tell us what you want to know. Ask me. I'll answer that question. It was just pure divisiveness. And guess what? The devil is a lie. The devil is a lie. We're going to move forward. We're going to move together. We're going to address brutality within our police department. We're going to address racism in our city and in our area. You know, Memphis went viral last year. It went viral last year. A man who was at the Wolf Chase Mall, if I'm not mistaken, he mustered tons of racial just trash from his mouth. From his mouth. From his mouth. So not only do we want to even the playing field economically, not only do we want to even the playing field from a judicial perspective, not only do we want to even the playing field from an economical perspective and building and giving opportunities for minority businesses, giving opportunities for those who are in need and want to establish some degree of independence. Not only do we want to establish some degree of identity for people who are coming out of jail and not having an opportunity to reshape their lives, we have got to stand together. There's no point, no purpose in tearing the city apart. There's no point and no purpose from agitating the police. There's a difference between agitating the police and the police officers being aggressive. There's no point in that. There is no purpose in that. That is a waste of our time. You protest when you aren't being heard. The fact that we're being heard, there is no need to be an aggressor. Jesus is not in it. People are so caught up in their own identities. People who are fighting for their own agendas are keeping us from going forward. Guess what? Here's the deal. If they want to protest, it's okay. Go protest. But protest over there for your purpose. Don't come over here where we're trying to be peaceful and disrupt what's peaceful. So again, Miss Katie, today was a very peaceful day. It was a peaceful day, and we disbanded the protests at the National Civil Rights Museum. And we did it with dignity. Hold on. We did it with dignity and we did it with pride. We did it with dignity and we did it with pride. We did it with dignity and we did it with pride. We're going to keep the peace. We're going to keep the peace at the National Civil Rights Museum. I talked to the director of the National Civil Rights Museum, and she expressed a concern and making sure we maintain peace at the National Civil Rights Museum, because it didn't look good that sacred place to be disrespected. Tonight, much like last night I didn't even have a voice, so it definitely wasn't about me. I had no voice all night last night. Had no voice last night. But tonight, what we're going to do is virtual. We ain't stopping. This is not the end. Do you hear what I just said? This isn't the end. I've been maced in the face by Baltimore Police Department, by the National Guard in Maryland, only for them to come back and say, hey, I apologize. I shouldn't have done that. I apologize. I should have never did that. I've gone through it. I've been locked up before. I know how it feels to be tangled up in a legal system and really have a clean name. I know how that feels. I know that pain of when the police officers pull up, you're scared. I've been there. I experienced it last night. I experienced it last night when the officer forced me off a bill, told me to go. Listen, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. I would much rather us come together and protest. Let's do it together, but let's do it peacefully. Let's do it peacefully. We're going to do so peacefully. We're going to do so peacefully. Somebody say peacefully. Y'all type that. Peaceful. Peacefully. We're going to do so peacefully. We're going to do so peacefully. And I thought it was just important to let you guys know who've been pushing a peaceful movement in Memphis. It was important for you guys to know that I need every single one of you. I need every black person in the city who believes in peaceful protests. I need you to start typing peacefully. I need you to call your friends. I need you to call your loved ones. I need you to reiterate the echo of peaceful protests. It is not the spirit of Dr. King for protests to be violent. He did, however, say that riots are the language of the unheard. Here's the problem in Memphis. This is why we don't need riots right now. This is why we don't need riots. Right now, the world is listening to Memphis. Did you hear what I said? Dr. King said, and I'm going to get out for here because I'm tired. I'm going to get some rest tonight because I know y'all are praying for me. I know y'all going to be here the next time we do it. I know it's going to be right there. I know all my black pastor friends who are doing an amazing work are going to reach out to me and pray for me, like Pastor Ricky Floyd over in Frazier and Charlie Caswell over in Frazier. I know y'all praying for me, but we're going to do this peacefully. We're going to do this the right way. We're not going to be aggressive because we've received aggression. That's going to make them look bad. The world is watching Memphis. And I don't know about you, but I don't want Atlanta to see Memphis go up in flames. Don't you know Nashville is destroyed? Nashville is destroyed. People have always compared what's happening in Nashville to be more than what's happening in Memphis. And right now, Memphis looks better than Nashville. We've been peaceful. We're going to maintain that. We're going to maintain that peace. Here's the deal. I know when you get pushed up into public spotlight, I know it just comes with the flow. You're going to have people accusing you. You're going to have people calling you out, calling me out my name. I know. I got people threatening my life. I got, the people who don't matter. People who don't really matter. People who don't matter. They don't matter. They don't matter. We're going to address what's going on in our city. And we're going to be the example. We're going to be the example, Devin Shaw. We're going to be the example of what it means in Memphis. Dr. King, his torch was laid down right here. It's never left. Right now, Nashville got all the thugs. Right now, Nashville look terrible. Here's the deal. If you're a Christian, you say you love Jesus. He was one of the most famous protesters that could have ever walked this planet. So tonight, in your heart, First and foremost, if you got children out protesting right now, tell them to come home. Tell them to go home. If you've got children at home right now, tell them to go home. Go home. Go home. Go home. For too long, Memphis has been compared to Nashville, and tonight, Memphis is going to look good. Fifth night, no dangerous protests, no one's arrested. Last but not least, before I go. It was asked, why are you not at, it was asked, why were you not there last night at 201? Why were you not there last night? I'll tell you why I didn't make it to 201. If you watch the news, you'll see last night I was completely dehydrated and almost passed out. The weight of the anxiety of maintaining peace among 1,000 plus people and working with the police to protest. We didn't communicate, but we were working together. I never told them where we were going. I never told them how we were getting there. I never gave them a route. You can even ask every news station in the city. Every single news station in the city. You can ask them. I didn't even tell them where we were going. I didn't. Yep. So here's the deal. We're going to be more active. And we're going to come together. We're going to work together. Because guess what? Even after the protests, even after, and I'm going to use language like we to include all of us, whether I'm out there protesting or not. Because right now, I feel like if anything goes wrong, I'm going to feel responsible. I'm going to feel terrible about it. I don't want anything to happen in this city. I don't want it to happen. It's going to break my heart. You got to work with them. You can't abandon people. So because I feel like you shouldn't abandon people, I'm going to give an explanation as to why I was not at 201. The same counter-protesters that were there tonight, who protest peace and protest their own political agendas, those protesters, I'll answer that question in a minute. Those protesters were hyper-aggressive last night. And so the incident that was happening on Beale in Maine, I was right there. I saw it. And the person who dropped the ball was definitely MPD last night. The force that they met protesters with last night, the situation could have been de-escalated. It could have not been what it was. And it really wasn't a huge situation, to be perfectly honest. It really wasn't. But MPD could have had a different narrative from last night. They could have had a different response and a different solution to maintain the crowd last night. All right, so they dropped the ball last night. I'm hoping that they're willing to admit that. I'm hoping that they're willing to adjust their policies and practices, which goes into the mayor that I would like to have with, the meeting that I would like to have with Mayor Jim Strickland and Police Director Rollins, as well as our county mayor and county sheriff. There's a group of grassroots organizations, because I'm moving forward now, okay? I'm not going to continue to address the craziness. We're going to, somebody say forward. Can y'all just type forward? So I can just feel better about tonight. I don't feel bad. I don't feel like it was a loss. We did what we came to do. We did so peacefully, and we dispersed. All right. But those protesters last night, those protesters that showed up today, that were protesting peaceful protests, if I can use those words, those people were there last night as well. And I tried to get the name for those people so that we could bail them out of jail, because Just City had already agreed to say, hey, whoever goes to jail, we're going to bail them out. We're going to make sure they have attorneys. So if you're going to give money, be sure you give money to the Just City organization, because they do a phenomenal work in helping people here in the city do legal work. Just City is an amazing organization, and every night they have promised me if anyone goes to jail, we're going to bail them out, and we're also going to represent them in court as you guys are typing forward. Let me get this cranberry juice. As you guys are typing forward, I'll include, I think his name is Josh Sprickler, if I'm saying that right. He's the director of Just City, and they are bailing people out of jail who have been locked up and shouldn't be locked up. You know, they are making those moves. They're making and shaking it, and I just believe that they should be celebrated. And I believe if you guys are trying to give, go do that. Okay. I have learned in the city that you don't give platform to negativity. So I'm respectfully asking you guys, if you can, I know it's hard, when you see crazy stuff on the internet, and I'm tagged to it, I'm used to it at this point because I've been doing protests for quite some time, but just ignore it. Just keep it, let's not give narrative to it, okay? We're going to move forward together. Somebody type forward. Forward. I actually feel you guys praying for me. We're going to move forward, and we're going to move forward together. My godmother says Josh Spickler is his name, and he's a great man. He absolutely is. And they are bailing people out who protest. But they're not bailing people out who instigate protests. They're not doing that. So we want to make sure that if you guys are going to give, we're going to move forward together. There are some other reputable organizations here in the city that are actively choosing leaders to help lead, and they are building platforms of diversity within the city. So we've got to stop giving platform to the I'm a victim mentality when there are black leaders that are already here in the city and they're doing an amazing work. Some people have been victims so long that they are traumatized and they are angry and they are frustrated and they are mad and they have rights to be. Their resources have been taken and it's been hard to get ahead in life. In addition to that, you have a hyper aggressive police department sometimes, not because they're just evil, but because maybe we need to change policies and practices. When they feel as if they're doing their job, they're really being aggressive to the community. We can work together and figure this out. We can work together and figure this out, and I'm committed to that cause. I'm not interested in running for a political office. I'm committed to working together for Memphis. I'm also interested in making sure I don't think you offended me. I'm okay. No, I'm not offended, sir. I'm an open book, and guess what? My heart is open. I love everybody, and I love you, man. You couldn't post anything that would offend me because I love everybody. I want everybody to make it. I want my black brothers to make it. I want my black sisters to make it. I want the Asian community to make it. Guess what? I want good police officers to make it because there is a silent cry behind the badge of police officers who are not bad police officers. So just because I desire to come to the table and work together, just because I decide that the police officers and I need to sit down and I'm not going in these meetings by myself. I'm going to make sure we're accountable at all costs. There is a diversified group of leaders who have reached out to me and have shown on paper that they have been doing a reputable work, that their organizations are structured, that their legal structures for their organizations are in place, and I have been committed to partner with those organizations. All right. Here is what I need. I am in desperate need. I am in desperate need. And I need to talk to you tonight. This is what I'm in need of. Now that I've addressed all the naysayers and all that craziness, here's what I need. I need each and every one of you tonight. I need each and every one of you tonight. Oh, let me also add that because I was shooed and shunned away they were black people. They were black people. I was shooed and shunned away last night from Beale Street and they're not a lot of black people. They're a very small majority who are frustrated because their own personal political agendas are not being pushed. And I'm not getting behind a political agenda. That's not my goal. That's not my personal goal. That's why you want to protest. Listen, fine. You are an American citizen. Go over there and protest. I'm tired. I'm frustrated. I'm mad. In fact, I'm mad as hell. I'm tired of seeing myself on the news. I'm tired of seeing myself on social media. I'm tired of seeing myself, the life being choked out of my body by law enforcement. I'm tired of being thrown in the back of police cars. I'm tired of being I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm frustrated. I am a traumatized black African-American man who simply wants peace in my city. That's what my heart is. I'm not perfect. I'm not the perfect person. I'm not Mr. Hero. I'm sure if you start looking, you might find some skeletons in all of our closets. But one thing about it, and two things for sure, I love my city. I love my city. And I'll die for this cause of peace, harmony, and justice. It does not make me anti just because we're working together. When we go into the FedEx Forum and the Grizzlies are playing, guess what? We're all together for one purpose. And the energy in the FedEx Forum is electrifying. Have y'all ever been to a game? The energy is when the Memphis Tigers are playing. And we are all in, and it's the what was the Elite 8? Sweet 16? When we're all in the same place, the energy is electrifying because there's one common purpose. There's one common goal, and that's to win. I believe tonight Memphis can win. I believe this week Memphis can win. We may need to fix our defense of the police officers, but guess what? We can win. We can win. I appreciate you guys. I'm praying for Memphis. I thank you guys for showing up to the protest that our team helped organize. And we thank you guys for being peaceful and stay up to date. I love you guys. Thank you guys for thank you guys for praying for me. I've been needing it. Keep praying. Keep praying. Don't stop praying. And guess what? We're not going to stop being peaceful. We're not going to stop working together. All right? I love y'all. Keep praying for me. Listen, don't go back and forth with the hecklers. Don't do that. Don't give them a platform. People who just got something negative to say. Guess what? They're probably not doing anything at home right now anyway. They're probably typing a bunch of stupidity. They're not actively protesting. They're not actively donating. They're not. So let's not do it. All right. I love you guys. I'm gonna get out of here, and I'm praying for everybody. I want everybody to win. All right. Love you.